What's up, guys? So I've been pretty quiet these last couple of weeks, but there is a good reason for that. We are going to be doing some major upgrades to our 79 series setup. So firstly, I want to say our current setup has never failed us. Nothing has gone wrong with it. We love it. But as we have developed as overlanders and we are traveling a bit more remotely for longer periods of time, we have decided that the time has come to put a canopy on. And many of you have asked why we didn't do that from the beginning, and the reason is, initially, when we started the build, that was a very unique look to the 79 series, and that's what we went for, is something that looks very cool and that's very unique. But we've realized that on certain trips, we are afraid to explore the area and leave the vehicle open at the back, and people in South Africa steal like they do anywhere in the world. So it's something in the back of our minds that's always bothering us when we leave the vehicle. So we decided we are going to go for a canopy. But now, to fit out this canopy, we have partnered with REDARC Electronics in Australia, and boy, I am like a little kid the night before Christmas. I'm so excited. When the packages arrived, like I couldn't keep myself from waiting 2 minutes. I had to open and see the things immediately. It's so beautiful. The quality of REDARC products is amazing. So I remember like the day one when we started the build, and we knew eventually we were going to get to a 12-volt setup that's a bit more extensive than just having one auxiliary battery in the back with a few plugs and USB points and things like that. REDARC has always been the goal and the dream. So in this video, I'm going to do a quick run through of the items that we received and why we decided to go for them. And then obviously when I do the installation, I'll be doing a full video of that installation for anybody looking for some tips and tricks installing a 12-volt system into your vehicle. So the first product is the 180-watt fixed solar panel, which is obviously going to be mounted to the top of the roof rack. And the reason we went for a solar panel like this is in the canopy we are going to have a fridge that is permanently connected and on in the setup. So this gives us about 9 amps per hour on a good day. So the idea is, with the fridge being on permanently, we'll never need to worry about our auxiliary batteries depleting, and it should stay topped up as much as possible when it's parked outside of the house in the sun, just keeping the whole system full. The second thing we went for is the 160-watt solar blanket. And the reason we went for the solar blanket is when we get to a campsite, we obviously want to park under a nice shaded area or a shaded tree. And then we take out the solar blanket, put it in the sun, connect it to the system. And from this solar blanket, I think we get about 8.9 amps. I don't know if that's in perfect conditions. I'll test that still. But then also our battery system stays topped up as much as possible. So the reason we are going for solar is I never realized the importance of maintaining and looking after your batteries. So I found out that if you deplete your auxiliary battery storage by 50% before you charge it every time, you're actually decreasing the battery's life. So it's very important to keep that system as topped up as possible, because then you're going to get more charge cycles out of your batteries, and it's obviously going to improve the longevity of your auxiliary batteries. We're also thinking about adding a lithium battery to the setup, but I haven't given that so much attention yet. So if you guys have any input on whether you have a lithium battery in or you're thinking of putting one in, please let me know down in the comments below why you choose the lithium battery over the conventional batteries that we've always used. The third product is the Manager 30, and this is essentially the main component of the system. It is your complete battery management solution for charging your auxiliary batteries. Now, the Manager 30 is basically a 6-in-1 product. So what I mean by that, first of all, while you're driving, your vehicle can charge your auxiliary batteries. So it's your DC to DC charger. It is a solar regulator. It is a 240 volt charger. So when you are at home and you want to quickly top up your system, you can plug it into 240 volts and get your system completely charged. It is a battery isolator, it is your load disconnect controller, and then the Manager 30 comes with the remote battery monitor, which I will touch on a little bit later on exactly what that does. So the fourth product is essentially an upgrade to the Manager 30, and that is the Redvison distribution box and the Redvison display unit. Now, the Redvison distribution box allows you to control certain devices that you have set up in your 12-volt system, like powering on lights, powering on your inverter, putting on a water pump, and then it also allows you to monitor certain things. So you can measure your water levels in your water tanks, you can monitor the temperature inside your fridges, and then everything also then gets displayed on this Redvison display. So what I'm very excited for is bringing all the switches that I have in the setup to one central unit, which is going to be to the distribution box, and I'll be setting up the Redvison display to essentially be my complete switching unit. Then another interesting thing that I'm not going to touch on at all because I haven't seen it or used it or I have no knowledge about it is the REDARC app. So what I'm excited about is you'll be able to control and see all your 12-volt systems information from your phone. You can switch on lights on and off in your phone, which for me is going to be a bonus because I have actually gotten into my rooftop tent a few times and then I forget to put on one silly light. So now I can just go on my phone on the app and switch that light off. And you also have all your monitoring information available on the app. So guys, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know that we haven't disappeared. I am trying to squeeze in one more trip that I'm going to make a video of the current setup, just so that I can really compare apples with pears when we've gotten the new setup up and running. One last question I have for you guys is I'm looking at adding a 2000 watt inverter to my system. What brands would you say I should look at? What inverters are you running? And if there's any information you guys can maybe give me to make my decision regarding the inverter easier. But we should be getting the Canopy in the next week or two, and then I'm not going to waste any time with getting these things in, getting the system up and running, and I can't wait to show you guys what we have planned for the inside of the Canopy.